The Haven of Umbar is the home of the Black Númenóreans, or at least of some of them, and in our case of the most important of them, because we are the folks that once used to rule Gondor, and then the citizens were like, oh, you're so brutal, you're so tyrannical, why do you pray to Melkor, what are you doing? And they kicked us out. That is unacceptable, and today we're going to be doing something about this as we try to take over Gondor for good. Now let's just establish something right away. Cathufasgan and his friends down here in Umbar are half canon and half non-canon. Obviously there is something that we know about this, I'll get to that in a second, but you need to add more if you want to put that into a CK3 mod. And that is exactly what the amazing modders behind Realms in Exile did, and that gives us this beautiful, beautiful person right here. Now one thing that is absolutely canonically correct is that our father died 20 years ago, and it was not a peaceful death. It was a raid on Umbar itself, by none other than this man right here, Lord Aragorn II of the Dúnedain. How did that happen? What was going on there? Well, Aragorn was basically traveling around under different names, and he was saying, hey, Gondor, I can get Umbar off your back. They keep raiding your ports, they keep raiding up the river, if you let me. And so Gondor said, yeah, hey, go to town. And to town he went, because he completely destroyed this port, and we're still reeling from this defeat. We lost most of our control over Umbar proper, and of course control of Anadun in general, leaving us now in a very, very weak state. And that is exactly why, in this video, I do not just want to reclaim Gondor, I want to make swift work of Aragorn. That is his name. I was almost saying Viggo Mortensen. Let's leave Viggo alone, okay? Now to do that, we do have a couple of decisions right here. We have this beautiful unify the havens of Mirlond and Ramlond, which are these up here. I love this location, by the way. It is such a geographically inherently strong position. You can immediately tell it as you see it, because it controls the mouth of this extremely long river that without a doubt would be dominating trade in this region. And we can be dominating trade if we take both of these and then unify them. That should be viable for sure. And then right here, we can press the Castamere claim. Again, Castamere was one of our ancestors who ruled Gondor, and then the boring people forced him out. Obviously, we will try to correct that mistake. But you can already see that we are not in a splendid position. We recently got raided. We no longer have any raiding power. And let me actually check this. Can I raid? Oh, I can't raid as the Umbarians. That is so embarrassing. Anyway, we are in a difficult position, and we have two children, and I have Gaud, which makes this a whole lot harder. And these two children appear to, yeah, kind of hate each other. That is not a good scenario for Umbar to rise. Now, I'm very interested in this. It says that we can bring some of the people in the hinterlands under our control just with diplomacy. Let me check here, right? Are there any folks here, actually, that share our religion? We already do have two tributaries. I believe if we go to the tributary map mode, yep, we are this, and these are our tributaries. Mordor has everything around them right here. Gondor has this tiny one. Yeah, not much going on up there, but we have a couple of tributaries that, you know, make it so that I don't have to literally walk into the desert. Now, we do have up here, and you saw this earlier, this is definitely a part of what we need to do. We do have these two that are actually quite friendly with us. They are outside of our kingdom title, so actually getting them to submit should be pretty difficult. And yeah, indeed it is. Wait a minute. Oh, they are of our dynasty. Wow, our dynasty is actually spread out. Let me check this, right? So we have this guy. He rules right here. Yep, perfect. Then we have her. She rules within our realm. We have ourselves, of course. We have Kamalaka, who rules over here. Interesting. That really is the hinterlands. But he no longer shares our faith. That is very, very important to point out. He is not necessarily friendly. And then the original house is sadly gone. And since we are already a fairly old family, we can also unlock a couple of legacies. And we have a new one here, Legacy of the Haradrim. The Castamironi are fierce. They have deep eyes, gold adorns their bodies and clothes. This seems pretty okay. Naval speed is definitely great. Men-at-Arms counter efficiency, trade empire. Oh, trade empire, I mean, that is definitely hot. I like that, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the development growth, that is a flat modifier. That is insane. That is actually really, really good. And then desert warfare. I mean, we don't really fit that entirely, right? We still stick to our old Númenórean heritage. But you know what? Hey, how often are we going to get access to this, right? So I will definitely go down this road. Alright, now taking a look at our culture, we got Black Númenórean Legacy. We have debuffs to certain things such as marriage acceptance. We do like marrying into the blood of Númenor, and I did say this earlier, we do have the blood of Númenor, but it is merely remnant Númenórean blood. It's not exactly strong. Anyway, we do have that, so that's pretty decent. Makes us a more worthy king, I would guess. We can create hybrid cultures, but it will be way harder. And we have different men-at-arms. Oh, I love that so much. That is really cool. We can sail in major rivers, that is a huge get, and we are corsairs of the Great Sea. Duchy, tier, and law rulers may raid overseas regardless of government. Oh, so we can't do it, but the more dukes I have, the more will I have powerful raiders that will weaken my foes, and of course strengthen us as they take in more money, build more buildings, and so on. That is really good to know, although I would love it if I could... I mean, okay, listen, if I show up with like 5,000 min raiding, it's kind of unfair. Now, if we take a look at the map mode of being evil, there it is, you can see that we're medium evil. We're pretty evil, but not nearly as evil as Sauron and, of course, up here in Dol Guldur, the evil force itself. But we are pretty damn evil. And then in the south, we also have normal Númenóreans, I believe. Yeah, they are normal, friendly, happy Númenóreans. I hate them. Oh, and check out who our neighbor is. Gimilkard of Adunaim. Huh, strong Númenórean blood. He's pure-blooded and robust. Ooh, and they are devilishly evil. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they hate good. They really do. Can I marry into your... Oh, of course, they're pure-blooded. They keep marrying into their own family. Maybe I can marry her to one of mine? Wait, why not? I'm not sure why she can't be married off, but honestly, if I could just maybe, I don't know, befriend her... Maybe I can invite her to my court and we can go from there? That would be amazing. But okay, listen. We need to do two things, of course, if we want to take down Gondor. And that is, we need to reclaim this right here and we need to reclaim the entire empire right there. I will first make my way up there. We're just going to conquer a little bit. I think that is fair enough. And we shall see where we stand once that is done. Ooh, and we got a house and dynasty banner. And by the way, I do feel like the symbols in this mod are the most beautiful coat of arms that I've ever seen. But we also have the throne of Custer. I guess that we took that with us when we left Gondor. These court amenities seem highly specific. We are extremely well dressed and then are like eating decent food. No, you know what? I'm gonna change this. We will look dapper. We will be extremely thin, maybe even too thin, because, hey, we don't eat well until we hit Minas Tirith, okay? And we will have many, many servants. That, I think, is the perfect setup for us. It's actually crazy how fast this mod runs. I wanted to show this battle. I wanted to take a look at our might. They were wiped out in less than like half a second. So, hey, easy victory. We captured them. Good job. Now, what does this fella actually do? I think they're also medium evil, right? Oh, they just hate everybody else. People apart makes it so that they're just hostile towards anybody. They're like, yeah, no. Alignments? Listen, I just beat people up, okay? That's what I do for a living. So that means they don't pledge themselves to, of course, the Dark Lord. So, you know what? I'm just gonna take them down here. Okay, we have befriended her. Can I get her to join my court? Oh, come on. Ah, that is so sad. Oh, I just now realized why. Because she has strong Númenórean blood. She won't even consider marriage until she's 30. But the fact that we are now her friend should bode well for us when it comes to actually marrying her, well, when the time has come. See, my firstborn son right now is actually married, and it is a strong Númenórean blood as well. This is good, because it should strengthen our blood, right? At least that would make sense. And then this guy right here, my other son, is not married at all yet, but there are no strong Númenóreans outside of that island that would be willing to marry me anyway. So we definitely gotta keep an eye out for that. I would love it if we could get both of them married to strong Númenóreans, and then we do the CK3 thing, and all of a sudden we're all strong blood. But it does seem as though I won't be the one making these decisions. I've become infirm. That's not a good sign. Oh, and that is interesting. There's a lot of action down here, I gotta say. So we want this area here as well. And apparently they're having a bit of a dispute. They don't know how to govern themselves, which obviously they don't. They aren't strong Númenóreans, so, I mean, that's ridiculous. But apparently I'll now have a decision. I will go ahead and intervene on the side of the reactionaries with a lot of money, so that hopefully I can actually just subjugate this peacefully. That would be ideal here. Let us send a large army. If successful in their civil war, we will form an alliance with the Tejin Confederacy. Our daughter-in-law has murdered us so that her husband could take over. Casimir II. He's a perfect ruler. Callous, vengeful, paranoid. Come on. They are a perfect match. Honestly, Katufasgan, you're not that big of a conqueror and you can't really be mad. What she's doing is peak Umbarian. It's peak Kingsmen. They betrayed me to gain power and to push us into the next decade. There's nothing but the endless sleep. And now we are a bald man. He is bald. Oh, and I am already very proactively... Wait a minute, where does he have a son from? I am already very proactively actually killing my brother. It wasn't even me who initiated that. Prince Burothapan, and my god, he's Herculean. He's a master mariner. This guy, oh my god, this guy is amazing. Huh. Now I kind of wish I was him. Wait, why does he believe whatever this nonsense is? Wait, so he effectively assimilated. He took on the religion of the locals rather than our amazing religion. Obviously, I can't have that. I will demand that he convert. But you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna stop this. You know what? Now that he converted, I'm actually gonna stop trying to murder him. Yes, he's our heir, and yes, we don't like each other. But I can use him for my purposes. For the time being, I'm gonna keep him alive just because he is our primary commander, and if he were to die in the field, I mean, so be it, right? Oh, and this is genuinely unfortunate. The Haruzan have actually blobbed over here in the west. Did you just swear fealty? I think he just did. Huh, that's incredible, because it means that, well, since they are a tributary to Sauron, if I wanted to take the Haven, I may have to challenge Sauron himself. Maybe I can get away with it, you know, and he doesn't intervene, but there's always a chance. Oh, and looks like things are popping off down south. And I'm not sure whether we will still get the alliance. I did support them, but I'm not the same character anymore. Let's hope the reactionaries win anyway. Let's see how it goes. Oh my god, I really do wish I was him. This guy has a Falzagar an Azakor. A very, very epic spear. Look at this, and look at the modifiers. My god, I'm just some guy who tortures people. This man is an absolute machine. And in the end, it actually doesn't matter whether they remember the favor we did them, because the reactionaries lost. The Confederacy will not stand by our side. We will have to destroy them, as they're standing in our way instead. And oh god, our brother actually has disgraced this family. I'm not even sure where the child comes from. Oh, it comes from her. We gotta teach our brother a lesson. This is not good. There's no Numenorian blood left in this child, and there's no way that we can accept that as an heir. And so, my brother can say bye-bye to his lover. At least I hope so. Yep. Yep. And you know who's next? I mean, we gotta show our brother that this is unacceptable. And oh god, our brother suddenly likes us? How did that happen? I guess it's because we let him fight so many wars, and he's like, listen, I'm your heir technically speaking, and you haven't killed me yet. I'm a big fan. Well, this will keep us from declaring war against us. Alright, now listen, the only thing that could make this experience bad so far would be if she actually was also sleeping with her brother. I would lose it, because then I am the ultimate loser. Why didn't you tell me? I could investigate her. I'll investigate her, even if it gives me a stress break. Bro, I can't let that stand. I cannot let that stand. She goes to prison. Oh my god. This man, after he learned that he can trust nobody, just got as stressed out as humanly possible. She has a strong hook on me, so I can't even do anything. Oh my god. I need to murder her. It's the only... She has a strong hook on me. I am but a pawn in her game. That's unbelievable. She's played all of us. In that case, I'll kill your lover. And I can't believe that he fled. I really thought I could at least beat him with my brother's army, but he left to die instead. Bruh, she used her strong hook to forgive her crimes. I've never been more tilted by the AI, I swear. Is this kid actually mine? I don't think it's mine. I don't think it's my child. But what can I do about it? I could imprison him. We'll see. We'll find out. Maybe I'll denounce him. Maybe I will. Anyway, let's get her lover out of the way and we'll go from there. It must have been something he ate. That is what you get, buddy. My wife is next. And here it all comes crumbling down. My wife betrayed me. Now my brother, who I thought we were cool with again, has decided to also attempt to kill me. I'm gonna purge this entire realm in flame. Bruh, and now he turns around and is like, hey, you know what? Let's call it a day, okay? I don't think so. Gondor is far away. I will deal with them later. I'll deal with you right now. I'm currently busy with other schemes, so to get rid of our brother, again, getting rid of our wife is very difficult, is also not that easy. We're going to go ahead and hopefully send him to die against the Confederacy to the south, where of course we lost the actual fight right there. If we win, hey, I get land. If we lose, my brother is gone. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. We do not have a legitimate son. Zana Ben, our daughters, they're all bastards. Again, the big question here is, of course, will our brother survive? Yeah, no, he's winning. He crushed them. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take the land that we get from this for sure. Bro, this is the most humiliating playthrough that I have ever had. This character gets 0 breaks. We're in a situation where I have murdered one of her lovers. I have found out about all these bastard children and I can't do anything about them because she has a strong hook on me. And she unironically has taken a new lover. Well, I'll teach you a lesson. If I can't teach my wife, I'll teach you. And since I cannot act out against my wife, I decide to just, kill a whole bunch of random people. That is definitely in character. The Forest of Corpses. We have become the Impaler. I've never seen a man for whom this is more fitting than him. I have now become irritable, which means I can challenge her at least to a fight. I'm gonna beat her up if I can't kill her, right? Bro, no wonder that we didn't get to rule Gondor. This guy's incestuous, she's a deviant, they're lovers, they're a sodomite. What the hell is going on down here, man? Nobody is anybody's child, everybody's cheating and everybody's killing each other. Things are dire here. And now apparently it comes out that even my wife fears me. Now I can't do anything against her, but I can do something utterly ridiculous I would never otherwise do. I will literally tell her that I murdered her lover. I'm still, by the way, in the process of murdering her other lover. I've had 2 attempts, both of which failed at 95%. Hey, you tell me. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell her I did it. Yeah, you had it coming. Okay, so I have now become the lover of the princess that we very, very early on actually had contact with. Let's meet again. Now, I don't think since... Oh, but she doesn't want to. If we could have eloped, it would be so good, because that is the only way for me to actually divorce my wife. What is stopping us from doing it right now? Let me ask you. What if I kill your husband? How do you feel about that? If I murdered your husband. Right now we're at -3. She's wary of the consequences. Your candidate is of weaker Numenorian blood. Untrue. This guy doesn't have Numenorian blood. I don't even know why you're married to him, but okay. Faith differs from yours. Right. I can't really do much more. I could romance her if she became my soulmate. Maybe. You know what? I'll try that. We have a long life ahead of us anyway. Finally, he's dead. So that is very, very good. And that is the signal for me that it's time to kill her husband. And then hopefully we get her into our court. I can actually marry somebody else. And then we're going to take care of my children. And we do now have a child with our lover. But that child is a girl that can't inherit anyway. And more importantly, we're not married. So let's just be careful about this for the time being. Bro, I just killed her second lover. And she already has a new one. How is this happening to me? And I actually failed to kill him. Why am I so bad at dealing with the lovers of my wife? And why does she have so many? I did now actually beat him up twice. Once by releasing my anger and then trial by combat. So I hope that he's just gonna die from natural causes. And of course, how else could it be in the meantime? My beloved brother says that he will reveal that I killed one of my wife's lovers. Hey, do it. You think I'm afraid? Bro, I think she has another one. Again. Why? Please stop. And at last, something good is happening here. I have captured the husband of my lover. Which now makes it so that, well, I could just execute him. I could just torture him. I could castrate him. I could blind him. There's a lot of options here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to torture him. And then I'm going to execute him. Is he the actual heir, by the way? No, he is not the heir, just the second born. Fair enough. Time to torture him, and then we'll go from there. Alright, we executed him. Now she didn't appreciate that. I will admit that. She did not appreciate that. And she still doesn't want to elope. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and invite her to my court. Because at the very least, we have a present now. But I also think, yeah, that locks us out of actually... of actually eloping with her. I'm not sure what to do, except she's in my court. I could just take her children and make them mine, I guess. Oh, her children are also at my court now. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of children in there that are all my children. Man, this is a messed up playthrough, let me tell you. Hey, look at that. Oh, and this opens up a feud with Tuskarl Suladan, the Black Serpent. Honestly, Gondor feels so far away now. I started this thinking it's an easy in and out. We just conquer Gondor. It's over for them. Yeah, no, I'm caught up in my own feud down here against the Harad, against my own wife, my brother, all the people living in the south. This is rough. And just as a reminder, by the way, she keeps giving herself pardons. Every other day, she's like, hey, by the way, I cheated on you again, so give me a pardon, okay? And then the strong hope recovers itself, and I have to do it again. Oh, God. And look who has returned. The Eagle of the Star, Thorongil, the man that killed our grandfather, has returned to rule over Gondor. Aragorn the Brave. I'm still caught up in all of this, but eventually we're gonna be up there and we're gonna deal with him. Now, all of this is troublesome, but it also has kept us from enjoying a couple of the content patches that we did have for Umbar. Check this out. We have historical endeavors. This makes it so that I can essentially learn about what is going on, and I'm pretty sure turn it, there it is, into propaganda. I will sponsor Adonaic propaganda indeed. This is clearly AI generated, right? This guy, what's he even holding? And what's his face? Hey, but it looks neat. I got nothing against it. It is what it is, right? Let's take a look at this right here. We got Umbar, and that is where, of course, we're going to host it. I don't think we want to befriend anybody in particular, so I'm going to leave this on recreation. And then we have a symposium, increased activist experience and quality of the final production. I like it, okay. And extra funding, possibility to explore several histories. Let's take a look at what is up there. Maybe I can say that I am Aragorn and the other guy is not the real Aragorn. Let's see what this actually does. And we are now pondering what was before Numenor sunk into the sea forever. I could write something of Castamir, the Ruin of Gondor, of the Adonai in Umbar, the emancipation of the men, or the glory of the Seven Lands. Let's write something of the Adonai in Umbar. That is us. Oh my god. And they actually integrated this, where they really put this into history. Wow. This appears to be the man that first discovered Umbar. Look at him. That is so damn cool. The Adonai vassals impressed the Aradrim greatly, call my shipwrights, or wherever they went, they always became teachers and lords amongst men. I do like that role. Or they always knew how to turn dregs into civilized citizens. Let's just say, yeah, our ships did it, right? I might gain the trait sailor here. My brother has it. I know that he does. And, oh, I have it now as well. Very nice. And look at that. This is the story of the humbling of the Dark Lord. This is the guy that led to the Akala Beth, which means to the sinking of Numenor. And apparently Sauron pledged fealty, and that is basically then why disaster occurred. But it also is greatness, because it shows that even we can bring Sauron to heel. Even the Dark Lord had to bow. I love that. The title of Dark Lord belongs to... Oh, you gain the nickname the Bright Lord? Bruh. I need it. My heart. My heart. And then here we of course have the story of the honorable kingsmen and the dishonorable Gondorians that I told you previously already. All three realms should be united under one descendant of the Adonai. I do agree with that. Black Numenorians we may be called, but we are still true Adonai. I do think so as well. So it's stewardship, it's martial, or it's learning. I can't really use any of them. I'm gonna go with martial here just in case. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is one of the greatest ways of implementing lore, right? Because we are crafting, we are forging exactly how we want this depicted, and at the same time, I just look at it and I go like, oh, now I understand what's going on here. Right, they raided Umbar, they destroyed Umbar. Angamite and Sagayondo were great Adonai commanders. I could become a Corsair. Kind of useless, but honestly, it's a great trait as well. Marshal, I'll take this. I became a Corsair. Hello? And now here, of course, we define our very own future. I like this one. Gives me one intrigue lifestyle perk potentially. And I'm so good at intrigue that, yep, nothing bad could ever happen. But man, Shrewd is an amazing, amazing trait. Let's see whether I can pick that up. Unlucky. But I did get the Adonai in Umbar. Oh my god. This is such an amazing feature. This is a great activity. I really like that. And now I turn people into archivists here, and that is an actual tiered trade path. So they can be historians or propagandists. That is an amazing activity. That is a genuinely amazing activity. Anyway, though, let's take a look at this. So his sons are actually not eligible to inherit since they do not have the right blood. I will go ahead, and if I may, there it is, disinherit them. You had it coming. You deserve that. You do not deserve any titles in this realm, which makes me his heir. I'm quite at peace with this because he's about to die. And now this is a pivotal moment. This right here is the sole child that actually exists where I know it is mine because she is in my court, she is unmarried, this is my child. If I reveal this, I'm pretty sure he becomes... Is it disputed heritage or will he become my actual house? He becomes my house. And now we can legitimize him and we can get rid of every single bastard in the line of succession that this woman has given birth to. You are all out of here. And you, my friend, are my only heir. Let's go. Now, the interesting thing is that our son, since he was born to her as a bastard initially, is actually of this faith right here, Mulcahy, and I assume that this is a more radical form of evil worship, whereas we started as a political faction within the human sphere. This right here is very, very specifically geared towards the original faith that the Numenorians, the evil Numenorians I should say, had after Sauron introduced it to them. I think I'm gonna leave my son with his faith. Sure, that my brother will learn his lesson. In the minutes before he dies, I hope that he realizes that everything he did against me was a huge mistake. I don't think so, pal. Now let's continue going down the list. We still have one of the former lovers of my wife, maybe even a current lover. It's of course a current lover. What are you gonna do? I can't deal with him right now because I already failed once in doing what I wanted to do. But we still have him, Taskal Suladan. I killed his son because he was married to my lover who has now given me my heir. How do I take you out? Do we do it on the, sort of behind the scenes way, or do we do it via a war? Currently, I don't think I could challenge him because, yeah, he does have a suzerain right here, and Sauron is currently not occupied. There is a truce that he has with Elisar. And man, at one point, we also gotta come for Elisar. There is a lot going on here, but at least we got rid of our brother. That's the first step. And you know what is actually quite nice? Since our brother is dead, I have, of course, received his epic weapon. Thanks for that, buddy. And oh my god, she is finally dead. And not even by my doing, but by one of her lover's children as she was giving birth. This has been an absolutely mad ride, but I can now marry her, and that is an actual good wedding right here. Love finally prevails. All of these children absolutely hate me. They hate her, and they are still, by the way, no, they are no longer in my court. They are in his court, right? Fair enough. But they hate her. I disinherited all my sons I had with my old wife, and now we have just, him to look forward to. Very nice. Now listen, all I'm saying is that if our new wife now also starts cheating on us, I will close the game down. And oh boy, so do remember, we still have that feud going because my wife was married to one of theirs. I actually think to his brother. Yeah, that is his brother. Now he is demanding a trial by combat, and we are pretty close in ability. He is at 35, I'm at 43. Of course, I have great weapons, and honestly, looking at this now, I have the spear of my brother. Time to teach him a lesson with that very same spear. Oh, and look at that. That is beautiful. I am the fastest blade in Umbar. I will teach him. I will teach everybody here a lesson. And my god, we're amazing. Look at that. Look at all the skills we have unlocked. In 2 rounds, I completely destroyed him. I am victorious. Get absolutely wrecked, nerd. And I have now once more killed one of their sultans. Justice is served. Honestly, we might call it a day right here with the feud, but it actually, of course, does continue. There's more to be done because I need their territory. It's just that simple. Ooh, and look at that. The Ents are taking down Isengard. So that actually happened. Let me take a look at this up here, right? The Riddermark is doing quite well. We got Lothlorien, lost Gallant. Dol Guldur still stands. That is interesting to see. And Isengard, yep, Saruman seems to be gone. I assume that he has indeed died. Yeah, there he goes. Was decapitated by Theoden the Worthy. So they protected themselves, which puts us in a pretty precarious position because Gondor under Elisar here is incredibly strong. And Mordor is just fooling around. They're raiding Gondor. Are you kidding me? Bro, I'm telling you. I am telling you. Don't do it, okay? Please. Oh my god, she's an adulterer. She already has the trait. She's a fornicator. Wait, that was with me, right? I think that was with me. Please don't do it. Now I say this while I'm seducing her sister, but disregard that, okay? Holy war for the kingdom of Anorion. Oh, that would be Gondor. Oh my god, Elisar is dead, and his son Eldarion, Elepa, has taken over. Whew, okay. Okay, I very quickly sold a couple of prisoners so that we are now in a position where I can actually create Anadun. There it is. We will create this title. And maybe now is the time to march for Gondor? I love the actual crown that we get there. Press the customary claim. I will launch an invasion. Will I get extra troops? Because if I don't get extra troops, we might be screwed one way or another here. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't think we should launch this right now. In my experience, whenever Gondor and Mordor go at it, it takes literal decades. I am talking about a war that can last 10 to 20 years. And if that is the case, especially with Elisar no longer here, there's not really an urgency because, hey, who cares about this leopard child? I'm gonna build up my siege engines. The faster I can just land and immediately siege stuff down, the better we will be off. And right now, I'm just not quite there. But you know what? With Sauron being busy, I think now is the perfect time to launch our own Invade Kingdom CB on this. I will take over and reclaim the mouth, but also so much more. Alright, and so we have won this now, and I have made 2 incredibly powerful allies here in Lower Khand and in Medloshukhain. Now, the big thing about this is that Mordor is actually devastating the Gondorians. High King Eldarion does not stand a chance, but I think I can swoop in right now. And listen, just to clarify here, I'm not challenging the Dark Lord directly, I'm just saying, hey, you know, I want Gondor as well. Let's press the customary claim. Do we get any troops here? We're not getting any troops. Every parochial vassal loses opinion. Why don't you cry elsewhere, okay? High King Eldarion, the leopard child, is of course unhappy about us doing this. Since the days of the Kinstrife, Castamir's descendants have been forced to cower in Umbar, denied their rightful birthright by bitter nobles and jealous stewards. No longer. We shall have our birthright. Honestly, at this point, I'm doubtful that the citizens of Gondor can be worse than my citizens down here. My wife really has destroyed my feeling about humanity in general. But what this means is, I will now go ahead and invite my allies into this war and hope that we can pull this off. Okay. We managed to unify. I saw the Gondorians here at a very, very high number, but they were incapable of keeping my friends of unifying with me. Now, we got Mordor up there. Where are the other allies? Wait a minute, so who is with me now? It's the Northerners. And here comes the South. Let's go. We may have a chance at this. We may actually be able to overcome both Gondor and Mordor here. Oh, I do not love this. So this guy is now in a war of his own against Dale. Dale, why are you ruining it every time? They already attacked me when I was Dol Guldur. Now this means this guy will leave, leaving us very exposed. Bruh, Rohan is actually here, but they're not here for me. They're exclusively here for Mordor, so I don't know. This looks pretty equal. This looks pretty okay for me. But I do think that if I actually walk into Sauron, we're dead. Like, the values, the sheer values of Sauron's army is actually insane. He has 30 goddamn champions. It's maddening. And those champions obviously are, well, the Witch King and so on, right? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. There's too much going on here. Have you ever seen Real Danger? Let's take a look at their army, right? They got 10 knights in here. And the knight values are insane. They have amazing troops in here. But I don't know. There was an army previously starving, but no more. I honestly kind of just want to confront Gondor in the hope that if I kill them, I might get 100% and maybe we'll just peace out. Oh, and we are actually going to capture them here. We're at 46%. One battle surely isn't going to do it, but maybe it will. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. We are winning against them here. Who is leading this? Lord Angbor, the Wolf of Lamedon. It brought me 2%. Well, 6%. Oh my god. Alright, this has been the weirdest thing that you will ever see, okay? I managed to avoid Mordor. I unsieged everything that they sieged, and I'm gonna take this, and if it's not enough, we're at 93%. I'm gonna rush into Minas Tirith and hope that that will actually turn it, because we don't have to fight Rohan. But man, if they do challenge me, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Okay. 100%. I get all this. The Reigns of Castamere. Oh my god, I get it. How cool. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, come on. Once more, the line of Castamere sits upon the throne of Gondor, but what they will choose to do with the throne, none can yet say. Whew. Now we have a choice. We can either just annex Gondor into what we have established in Umbar, or we can actually go and live in Minas Tirith. Obviously, I'm gonna live there. Are you kidding me? Ah, Pelagir, the capital. Wait, where the hell is that? Am I at war with Mordor, by the way? I'm not. Let's go. Okay. Pelagir. I don't know. I don't know where that is. See, now this is kind of neat. I can move our capital over to Pelagir. Pelagir is right here. Obviously, super important, right? It's right where it needs to be, but it doesn't like have anything. Like there's no special building. who cares? I'm gonna say, yeah, sure, you know, obviously we're gonna move over, but not really. I'll be living in Minas Tirith. Are you crazy? How could I not live in Minas Tirith? I absolutely love the crown, by the way. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous model. It really has to be said. And much like it is my capital, I now sit in the only throne room worthy of the heir of Castamere. It's done. Now I gotta tell you, there are a whole bunch of alternative decisions right here. We can destroy Mordor, integrate Undrust, and so on, but I don't think it would be in character. All we wanted, even if it means being slightly, you know, maybe a bit of a servant of Mordor, was to return to Gondor. In the future, we shall play Gondor and see how that plays out. I'll leave you right here after what was probably the most emotionally taxing session of gaming that I have had in ages, because I've been betrayed all that often. I will now ponder my orb, and I'll see you later, alligator.